In Cape Coral's Pelican neighborhood,
Halloween is, for the scare, for the little kids to pass out candy, for the kids just to have fun,
It's all treats and no tricks as Halloween night descends upon the tight-knit community. A welcome sight for some, who, like Kevin Regal, wasn't sure if he had the energy to set up for.
To be honest, I wasn't going to decorate this year, but a bunch of the neighbors came up to me about a week ago and said, come on, you got to put your stuff out.
So he took his rather ordinary yard into something frighteningly fun at a time, he says, when our community needs it the most.
I think after the trauma that everybody went through and everybody lost so much, it's good to just take time and just relax and have a little fun.
Relief after the real-life fears so many have had to face. Those nightmares still displayed on debris piled at the curb of many people's homes.
We've had 2 debris pickups, so, it's actually going to be clear for the kids to actually come out and, get their treats.
Blocks away, Brandon Kay and his family have their yard decked out in Halloween decor, a yearly tradition looking to expand its ghoulish visitors.
Even if people can't go in their neighborhood, I'm hoping they can come to this neighborhood and at least get candy, and their kids know that, hey, even though we had a terrible storm and Hurricane Ian came, people are out here still trying to give you a good time, go back to normal and get candy out here.
A sense of normalcy, even with the spooky sights lingering through the night.
It'll be good to see everybody out because there's a lot of people that are safe and a lot of people who are displaced, so it'll be good to catch up with everybody again tonight.
In Cape Coral, Calvin Lewis, Fox 4.
I'm so glad Martin had a dream.
With each step, a song, remembering and honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Hundreds gathered at the Dunbar Jupiter Hammond Library to march nearly 2 miles to Centennial Park for a celebration, each step taken in King's honor.
He has been a tremendous figure in history to fight for equal rights for African Americans. So when we walk, it's just to remember why he fought, why he walked, why he marched, and to remember how far we've come.
The march full of community members, leaders like the mayor, and some of our youth.
And, we were told by the organizer, Fort Myers and Lee County, they do this commemorative march instead of doing a parade like some of the other communities. And there's a reason why they chose to do that.
I'm a teacher, so I believe the best way to learn something is to experience it. So it's bringing that experience to Fort Myers, Florida. It allows us to be able to talk about the protest marches that happened in the 50s and the 60s and give people kind of the vibe of being next to each other, singing some of those old hymns and some of those old chants as well.
A march for equality, for rights, a way to place ourselves in Dr. King's shoes, if only for a moment, and to come together as one.
It's a good feeling, seeing familiar faces, meeting new people. It makes you feel good.
In Fort Myers, Amy Wegman, Fox 4.
We want people to know that we see them, we understand their situation, and we're here to help them.
The count started off with free coffee and all the essentials that people living on the streets need, from clothing to backpacks, toiletries, and a fresh pillow.
And these actually zip on, so they'll be able to stay on the pillow, so it'll protect it as best that we can.
The Hunger and Homeless Coalition of Collier County plays a huge role in helping those in need. They're the ones in charge of the count, in partnership with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Is to try to get a feel for who's experiencing homelessness so that we can appropriately plan throughout the year.
Executive Director Michael Overlay says getting an accurate count is crucial. Homeless outreach teams began at Our Lady of Guadalupe Church in Immokalee. Through a mobile app, workers counted each person who attended and then filled out a survey to assess their needs.
The faster we can engage them, the faster we hopefully can get them back into permanent housing. And so that helps the community with respect to cost of health care and mental health care.
And the faster they can get people off the streets.
And although a lot of outreach has been done ahead of the count to get a lot of people here to these resources, the count doesn't stop here.
The point-in-time count also requires boots on the ground. We went out to the streets with a group of volunteers whose main focus was counting people who live in hidden areas, like Steve Guana.
I've been experiencing a little homelessness for 3 or 4 months.
When the shelters get full, he says he stays out on the streets.
I'm real grateful to be here today and with you guys, and the Lord's big, it's awesome.
Not only did he leave smiling with the new bed cot,
We got this little sleeping bed, and everything, which is great because we just sleep on the floor sometimes. It gets real cold.
but was looking sharp with a new hair trim. Reporting in Immokalee, Alexandra Rangel, Fox 4. The Sanibel School kicked off Wednesday morning with a bang.
Excited here. I just can't wait to go into my classroom and start learning.
And straight to learning students went. Rachel Stokes wasted no time.
I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade reading and global perspectives.
From local to global.
It was just a little bit surreal.
She says her students have gotten a broader perspective of how a hurricane like Ian can affect a community.
We have gone through a natural disaster here, with our island and with our community.
And it's taken some time to process.
But that these happen around the world, that this is not just unique to Southwest Florida.
It's lessons like these that Stokes has been able to instill in her students like Olivia Burns.
I feel like relationships and bonds that we've had with each other have become stronger just because we've been through so much.
She says this has made them all more aware.
And we've gotten to know our teachers more through this. We've gotten to know our friends more.
And although there's missing baseboards and no tiles on the floor, what still remains?
Just thinking about how the school's still here and the memories are still here.
And it will always be.
It's home. I'm just so happy.
And the school patiently waits.
Right now we're down to about 210. We started the year at about 300. And we've, of course, lost some students who had to move away or relocate.
For all of their students to return. Reporting in Sanibel, Alexandra Rangel, Fox 4.